Learning Russian at university can be a rewarding, yet challenging experience. Russian is known for its rich vocabulary, complex grammar, and the Cyrillic alphabet, which can be difficult to understand for beginners. However, universities have developed effective methods to teach Russian. These approaches not only help students grasp the language, but also immerse them in Russian culture. In the following, we explore how universities teach Russian, what makes their methods so effective, and the significant role that study abroad programs play in mastering the language. Initial courses and starting point. Most university Russian programs begin with foundational courses that focus on building essential skills. At this stage, the primary goals are to introduce the Cyrillic alphabet, basic grammar, and vocabulary. Courses are often taught by native speakers or highly qualified instructors who use a variety of teaching aids to make the learning process engaging and effective. For instance, students might start with simple activities like recognizing Cyrillic letters, forming basic sentences, and practicing pronunciation. Interactive tools such as language learning apps, videos, and audio recordings help make the initial stages of learning more interactive. These resources provide visual and auditory reinforcement, aiding in the retention of new information. Progressing to integrated skills. After grasping the basics, students move on to courses that integrate the four core language skills: reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Intermediate courses typically involve more complex grammar, expanded vocabulary, and the introduction of more nuanced language structures. The emphasis here is on applying these skills in more varied contexts. For example, students might engage in reading and analyzing Russian short stories, writing essays on Russian cultural topics, and participating in spoken dialogues or debates. Listening exercises might involve understanding excerpts from Russian news broadcasts or interviews, which helps students become familiar with the pace and accent of native speakers. This stage aims to develop a holistic understanding of the language, enabling students to think and communicate in Russian more naturally. Advanced and specialized learning. Advanced courses offer students the opportunity to focus on areas of specific interest or relevance to their future careers. These might include classes in business Russian, Russian literature, or even technical Russian for fields like engineering or science. Specialized courses are designed to deepen students' understanding of the language in particular contexts, equipping them with the vocabulary and language skills needed for professional or academic purposes. For example, a business Russian course might include topics such as writing business emails, negotiating contracts, or understanding Russian corporate culture. Literature courses might involve reading and discussing works by famous Russian authors like Tolstoy or Dostoevsky, which not only enhances language skills but also provides insights into Russian history and culture. Innovative teaching methods. Immersive classroom techniques. Effective Russian language programs often use immersive techniques to bring the language to life. In the classroom, this might involve role-playing exercises where students practice speaking in real-world scenarios, such as ordering food in restaurants, asking for directions, or making travel arrangements. These activities help students practice conversational skills in a controlled yet realistic setting. Utilizing authentic material. Another effective strategy is the use of authentic materials, texts, videos, and audio recordings created by native speakers for native audiences. Instead of relying solely on textbooks, students are exposed to real-life Russian media. This includes watching Russian TV shows and movies, reading contemporary Russian literature and news articles, and listening to Russian music and podcasts. Authentic materials help students become accustomed to the natural flow, rhythm, and idiomatic expressions of the language. For example, watching a Russian film might provide insight into modern slang and cultural references that are not typically covered in textbooks. Reading Russian newspapers can expose students to current events and political discourse, enriching their understanding of contemporary Russian society. Language partners and conversation clubs. Many universities offer language partner programs and conversation clubs which provide opportunities for students to practice speaking Russian with native speakers or other advanced learners. These interactions take place in a more informal setting than the classroom, making it easier for students to practice speaking without the pressure of formal assessment. Project-based learning. Project-based learning (PBL) involves students working on real-world projects that require the use of Russian. This approach can include a wide range of activities, from creating a documentary about a Russian cultural topic to conducting research and presenting findings in Russian. PBL helps students apply their language skills in a practical context, encouraging creativity, critical thinking, and collaboration. The power of studying abroad. One of the most powerful aspects of learning Russian is the opportunity to study abroad in a Russian-speaking country. Universities often offer study abroad programs that allow students to live and study abroad. Immersion in a Russian-speaking environment accelerates language learning by providing daily opportunities for practice. Structured academic programs abroad. Study abroad programs usually combine formal language instructions with cultural activities and excursions. For example, students might attend language classes in the mornings and spend their afternoons exploring local museums, historical sites, or participating in cultural events. This combination of structured learning and cultural immersion helps reinforce language skills and provides a deeper understanding of Russian culture. Professional internships and real-world application. In addition to academic programs, many universities offer internships in Russian-speaking countries. These internships allow students to apply their language skills in professional contexts, such as working in a Russian business, media outlet, or non-profit organization. Internships provide practical experience and help students build professional networks in Russia. Overcoming challenges in learning Russian. One of the initial challenges in learning Russian is mastering the Cyrillic alphabet. Universities address this challenge by providing structured and incremental instructions. Students start with simple exercises to familiarize themselves with the letters and their sounds, gradually moving on to reading and writing basic words and sentences. Consistent practice is crucial for maintaining and improving language proficiency, especially outside of a Russian-speaking environment. Universities often create immersive environments on campus, such as Russian language dormitories or cultural centers, where students can practice speaking and engage with Russian culture regularly. Understanding the cultural context of the Russian language is essential for effective communication. Universities integrate cultural education into their language programs, teaching students about Russian history, traditions, and social norms. This cultural knowledge helps students navigate interactions and understand the subtleties of the language. University programs for teaching Russian offer a comprehensive approach that combines foundational learning with immersive experiences. Starting with the basics of the Cyrillic alphabet and basic grammar, these programs build a solid foundation for language learners. As students progress, they engage in integrated skills development, specializing in areas of interest and applying their knowledge in practical contexts. Innovative teaching methods, such as immersive classroom techniques, the use of authentic materials, and project-based learning, make the learning process engaging and effective. Language partners and conversation clubs provide opportunities for real-world practice, while study abroad programs offer invaluable immersion experience. Study abroad programs are particularly transformative, providing full immersion in the language and culture of Russian-speaking countries. These programs combine formal instruction with cultural exploration and professional internships, accelerating language proficiency and providing real-world experiences. Overall, these university programs are designed to immerse students in the Russian language and culture, equipping them with the skills and confidence needed to navigate Russian-speaking contexts successfully. Through a combination of academic rigor, innovative teaching methods, and immersive experiences, students gain a deep and practical understanding of the Russian language, preparing them for a wide range of opportunities in their academic and professional life. Thank you for listening. Bye.